Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We get a list of 10 properties, and so we may not have an episode tomorrow. We got some fun things planned to say thank you and to say we love you to our past clients. And so if you are a past client watching this, stay tuned for some fun on Valentine's Day. And that's just what we do around here. 10 years later, we're still in touch with people, client parties. We love those relationships we have with people. And so if you're looking for a real estate company that's more than just a transactional kind of company, that's what we're about. So we may not have an episode tomorrow, plus it's Valentine's Day afterwards. But whatever happens is we'll come full circle on Wednesday, and we'll check anything out from those from the 2 days there. So let's talk about today's list. Now, I ordered these from low to high. You can just click the price column in the master list in the beginning of the email. But this one here on Sire, it's got no garage. It's a semi-detached, so you share your wall here. And then you've got a 47.5 by 110-foot lot. Now, what you get for $550 now is you pretty much get a very small townhouse on a builder-sized lot. Or you get a 3-story townhouse without a backyard. So I think this one occupies a nice little niche. It has some things that are not sort of super fancy, amazing. It's got a gas stove here, which is nice. The cabinets look okay. I'll let someone else grab that phone. And you get 3 bedrooms upstairs, 1 full bathroom. And then you've got a yard like this. So anything in this price range is not going to have that yard. Some parts of Sire back onto Derry. This one does not. It's on the north side, just on around Conway Court. So it's a pretty good location, and you get the larger trees and all that stuff. Here's the thing I like. So again, no garage. Get it? There is a pre-inspection done, and I like how this agent does this. It used to not make sense when you're not competing, but now when almost everything is 5 or 6 offers, there is pressure on buyers to remove conditions. Is it ideal? No. I had a high school friend of mine buy a 1972 bungalow without a home inspection. Why? Because she couldn't buy anything if she didn't do that. Now you could pay, whatever, $500 for an inspection before offer night. But if you don't get it, you're out of pocket that money too. So, there are some things you can see, and me being around enough home inspections, I can certainly show someone the things that they need to be cautious about. But it's still not the same as a good home inspector. And so, having a pre-inspection, I want to know who did it. But at least you have some kind of a sense of what that home is about. You also want to ask the question, do they have errors and omissions insurance? Meaning if they missed something or they screwed up, is there any liability from the perspective of the home inspector? So there's pressure on buyers to remove conditions. And so the thing about that is that if you eliminate your home inspection condition, you make it a better offer in the seller's eyes. And in 5 or 6 buyers, there's a good chance that one of those buyers is going to remove that condition. So in order to compete, you kind of have to do that. And with enough offers. If you're the only one for some strange reason, you can maybe get away with it. Then there's the financing conditions. So the banks look at 2 things. They look at your personal covenant. They look at the value of the property. And so the personal covenant is the pre-approval part. So that's your credit score, your down payment, all those things, like the kind of mechanicals of your finances. But the property is really going to enter 2 channels. It's either going to go through appraisal channel, they send an appraiser, get a report, this and that, or they're going to run it through the algorithms. They're going to say, well, it's a semi, you paid, let's say it's at $550, you paid $580 for it. Is that within line of what we'd expect based on the criteria of the home? 3-bedroom semi, that neighborhood, that kind of thing. And if it comes in low, and I've only seen this happen out of 1,000 times I've helped people move, more than 1,000. I've had it happen, I think, 3 times. 2 of those times they brought a second appraiser in and the appraisal came in fine. The third one, we were on the selling side, and we actually had to settle for a lower price because the buyer didn't want to pay the full amount that they paid before, knowing that the appraisal came in low. That appraiser didn't do his job, in my opinion. Anyway, so the worst case scenario, if you remove your financing condition, if you have 5% down on something like this and you're really skinning it close, what'll happen is if the appraisal comes in lower than what you paid, the bank is going to loan on the appraised value, not the price you paid. So your down payment would be, putting 5% down on let's say it values at $550, right? You can put that 27.5, and then you'd have to make up. Let's say the appraisal came in, or the value paid was $20,000 higher, so 27.5 plus 20,000, because the bank is going to stop at 550. That's what you would owe. So at 5% down, you're in real trouble. Now, if you had 30% down, you're fine, because you could still float that extra money. You could put your 20%, whatever you need to do. So the biggest risk on financing comes mostly with people with the 5 and 10% downs. Once you get past there, you can start to kind of move your financing around, provided you're okay with the appraisals being low and lower than what you paid. Whether or not you have conditions will determine how much recourse you have. All of that sounds complex. Give us a call. We can walk you through it. The bottom line is you have to stay safe. You have to do the right thing to protect yourself. You also have to balance that with the realities of the market, which is very strongly geared towards sellers. And so, things like home inspections, when you have a pre-inspection like this one, makes a big difference to your process. Because if you can't do any one, having something is better than nothing. Well, that was definitely a long one. So Farmstead, pretend like you're trying. 3 days on the market. DOM is days on market. I can tell this home just from seeing that, believe it or not. It's a 1,600 square foot detached home. It's called a Plan 3. Some people are amazed that I can do this, that I can just see that and go, oh yeah, I know which model that is. It's what we get paid to do. Apartment downstairs, if it's really nice, they might get this price. Lots of stuff in the country today. This one is on 6th line, and it's a little bit of an interesting animal. You could look at this and say, wow, nice countryside. To me, the house is just, I've been in this on the property. It's not very impressive inside. And it's kind of old, right? Like there's no way, even on 3 acres, anyone would pay 1.45. So what you have is you've got this, and the roof is just terrible color. But anyway, this is, so 3 acres right here. What you actually see, if I were to go to Google Maps, it's this property right here. You can't really see the house. If I were to go down maybe a little bit, there's the driveway coming in. The house is probably right behind this tree here. Let's go down one more, see if we can see it. There you go. There's the house. So that's how close you are. So you get the 401. So you're not getting tranquil country. And the other thing, if you look, you've got that massive plant right here too. You've got the smokestacks and things going, non-stop. So there's actually, this owner sold part of his land as an easement. So there's a power line that kind of cuts through the property right here, off of 6th line, and then goes towards the plant. So what does that mean? I think that the real value here, and it's not zoned for this, I don't think, but I could see eventually maybe having some kind of a thing where there's some signage or there's some sort of area facing the 401 from a commercial industrial kind of standpoint. There is the Dairy Green Business Park. I'm not sure if this one's within those boundaries, but for what it is now, I don't think it's worth 1.45 for 3 acres, like almost 500 an acre. Seems high, at least definitely residentially, but I think for commercial, that's what you're buying. Is you're buying 500,000 an acre, facing the 401 and being that close to the 401. So that's the list. I really think we're not going to do an episode tomorrow, so I'll probably see you on Wednesday. If anything happens before that, then you'll get a bonus episode. So we'll see you later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.